Conaway.
Yes.
We got some exciting news for
yeah.
you.
I consider it an honor just to hold your hand. Who would've known that God had all this in his plans? Don't need no rabbit foot or clover to hold in my hands. You my good luck charm, you can say I'm a lucky man.
Yeah. Seems like a long to get to the podcast.
Listen, follow us on all major platforms. Follow
I
us on all
consider it an
major
honor.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Just to
I am
hold
your
your
girl,
hand.
Neil, and this is my amazing
Who would've
husband,
known that God had all this
Rashaan
in his
Conaway.
plans?
And we are covered by
Don't need no
Conaway.
rabbit foot or clover to hold in my hands. You my good luck charm, you can say I'm a lucky man.
YouTube, yeah. So follow us on all major platforms, all of them, under Covered by Conaway. Don't worry about it. Are you ready?
Yep. Oh, you ready?
Look, I gotta have my coffee today because it's raining. You ready?
Yeah. You looking at me? You know your thing?
How you doing?
Hey, this is Covered by Conaway, and we like to
that
welcome
ain't
you in
it.
our... What?
We just said we was gonna have a conversation and then go into
That
it.
is our conversation. ain't it?
That is nothing about that was real.
What you mean, not real?
It wasn't.
Stop projecting, woman.
Yeah, that wasn't. That was radio host. Yeah.
All right.
So I think this is the first time we've done an episode where it was raining outside.
Oh. Can y'all hear the rain?
Can you stand the rain?
Can you hear the rain? No, I didn't like that one as much.
Which one?
Can you stand the rain? Because at the time, you're different age. When you were young, you ain't worried about no rain right now. But now what I did is the one. I want to go outside in the rain.
Wait, Keith Sweat?
It sounds crazy. Yeah.
So you saying you like the Keith Sweat version over the traditional version?
Yes, absolutely.
I got to look up the lyrics of that because now I know the Can You
Go
Stand.
outside. It might have been just where I was at the time in life.
Yeah, because you
It
wasn't
worked.
no kid whenever Keith Sweat came out. You was probably doing stuff. And I can
I
understand.
can identify that with a little kid.
Nah, you wasn't no kid when Can You Stand the Rain come out. You 55 years
Well, I
old.
wasn't no kid whenever Keith Sweat came out.
No, you wasn't no kid. You was probably
Thank
doing
you.
stuff then. But I'm just saying.
I was
can't-
simply saying I don't like that.
You
as much
prefer
as I
Keith
like
Sweat over
Keith
New
Sweat.
Edition. Okay. So, but which one got more staying power? Can You Stand the Rain? Because you ain't heard nobody else remake no.
No, the other one. You just were trying to get a nut.
Oh my God, I'm sure that whatever we said. Okay.
What is it?
Hey everybody, I am your girl
What is
Neil,
that?
and this is my amazing husband, Mr. Rashaan Conaway.
And?
Strike that from the record.
No, don't.
What
You
you,
don't
said
know.
before.
You know that song?
That ain't no song about no rain.
It was raining up. The man was in the rain in the video, right?
I don't remember that. That probably was rated R, and I couldn't watch
He was in the
that.
rain. Okay. All right.
What was that song? Now I gotta Google it.
Yeah. He called cheating.
Anyway, no, we're not talking about that. Anyway, I am your girl Neil. This is my amazing husband, Mr. Rashaan Conaway, and we are
Covered by Conaway. Covered by Conaway. Glad to be. Hey, I'm just so glad y'all here. I don't know what's so funny with her.
Don't know what's going on right now,
Because it's just funny to her.
but I'm finna have to look
I'm
up this
just
song.
telling her that song was
So
You gotta know that song.
So as the episode goes on, if the name of the song comes up, would you please drop it to us?
Yeah.
Because I don't know that song.
You do know it.
You thinking?
You know the song.
Oh Lord, he's thinking. So while he's thinking,
No, you go ahead.
so while he's thinking, I'm saying right. Google it. Just Google the song.
No, I ain't got my voice. Oh,
You got your phone somewhere around.
yeah, there you go.
Baby,
You do your thing.
Where
Talk
you
to
cover
him.
for your phone at?
Talk to him, baby.
That look dangerous. I'm just saying. I just want you to know. I want you to come up with that song. Maybe you could look.
Don't worry about the song.
Okay. Anyway, I am your girl with my coffee in tow because it is raining outside, and what we're talking about is it's raining outside, right? And it's raining outside, and I come up with the song, or I thought back to the song. Can You Stand in the Rain by New
Yes.
Edition? You come up with some. You like Keith Sweat.
Yep.
It's rain, whatever it's raining.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, look in your iPad, baby. The song's probably in your iPad. Look on there. Look on your iPad real quick.
No, I got it.
Okay, well, you got it then. You the man with the playing stand. Well, I'm just saying, as he's coming up with this song, that he come off the top of his dome. I don't remember
Our
what
producer
song.
told us what it was.
What was it?
It was the rain.
The rain. In the rain. Well, we know In the Rain.
No.
That ain't the other
Orange
one.
Juice Jones.
Orange Juice.
Oh my God.
Orange Juice Jones. Anyway,
Oh
it's
my
raining
God.
outside.
Now it makes sense to me now. Well, I like
It's
that.
raining out. It's raining outside because you caught your girlfriend cheating. It is too real here. Okay, so we are covered by Conaway. It's raining. I'm sorry, but it's raining outside.
That's why you don't never be open to nobody.
Yes, you do.
people
Don't
your
tell our
feelings.
viewers
You
that.
never-
Don't tell.
There's certain
They-
things that you have to keep with the women when they ask you to keep their stuff, but you don't never expect them to keep yours. Okay?
So, Ray, with that being said, I want to ask you a question. So, a friend of mine the other day was asking me, did I think that I got married too soon? And I was like, wait a minute. I'm going to ask Ray. And so I had to ask it, right?
Yep.
And so we got down this whole rabbit hole talking about stuff. So
Yeah.
I just want to ask you publicly, okay? Do you think we got married too soon?
And what my answer was no. I don't think we got married soon enough, but you got to ask yourself this question. What does it mean when you say too soon?
Okay.
So is it you're saying that I married the wrong person or I wasn't ready for marriage?
Or maybe what she was saying, do you think you knew enough about yourself before you got married? So
Okay.
when she asked me that, the thing I started thinking was like, that's not what she said, but that's the way I internalize it, right? Did I know enough about Millie to go into marriage? Did I spend enough time with myself? Did I understand myself more enough? The first time I got married, I could truly say, no, I did not. Because I got married really young. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting married young.
So is too soon really age or really is it maturity?
I think too soon is maturity. And I think too soon is self-awareness.
Okay.
Because there are some people they really truly self-aware at 18 years old. 21 years old, they know what it is they want and what they bring to the world. And
I agree with you. I think maturity it should never be based on age. I think it's always going to be based on the maturity part of it, because at the end of the day did you marry the right person or you just was not ready at that particular
time. Yeah. And how would you know the difference though?
After she's gone. After she don't live.
We're going to start this whole podcast because I promise you, boy. What?
You gotta see after she don't go. After most men can attest to this, and probably ladies can attest to that. I should have done better. I should have did it. That went on her. That was on me. That went on him. That was on me. I should have done things differently.
If only people have that much accountability.
But
Most
you ain't
people-
never been there when you said maybe if I'd have done this different.
Absolutely. I have. And I know that you have. But sadly, most people won't take it to that level. Most people won't look at what I could have done different or what the flaws that I brought to the table, right? So the thing about it is, if I'm going to do better in my next, if I'm going to do better in my now, there's a level of accountability that I must take, right? You must ask yourself the hard questions.
Yeah.
Like she asked me the question, do you think you got married too soon? So my thing was, why did you ask me that? And she was saying, I just think about it. Do you think you explored life enough? And do you think that you made enough mistakes by yourself? Do you think you explored enough? And my thing is, do I have to make enough mistakes? See, what goes into that type of question or that type of reason? Because there's so many things that I am able to learn with you that I didn't necessarily have to learn by myself. There's a maturity that goes into it.
Yeah.
But let me preface this. If you marry the right person, right? And I think if you know yourself enough, if there's enough self-awareness with yourself, then you can say, okay, you can make the choice and decision to marry the right person. I think one of the reasons we marry the wrong person, whatever space in our life, we be 50 years old, 60 years old, still marrying the same person. You could be 22 and marry the absolute best person for you. Yeah. But I think that is because you have taken a moment to learn yourself. You spoke to God about it, because at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, marriage is an institution that God ordained.
And I think that question was a little bit talking about you explored enough. I think that was a little bit disingenuous. I understand the culture. Culture is saying experience as much as you can experience, go out and do as much as you can do and all that. But I have seen 22-year-olds getting married and have more mature levels than a 42-year-old that got married. You know what I'm saying? 42-year-olds still struggling with the marriage of how to deal with things and how to deal with other emotional roller coasters. And 22s, I have seen them do it and do it well. So again, I don't think it's the age when you say getting married too soon. I just think it's basically based off the maturity level. And that question was a big question, because a lot of people probably in marriage now thinking maybe I did this too soon. But I don't think that's the question.
Okay.
Did I do it too soon?
What do you think the question should be? Did I marry the right person? Or do I know because this is the thing though. This is one thing that I really believe in this. I believe that in marriage, it is like you should be able in the confines of marriage to explore together, to experience together, to learn and evolve together.
Yes.
Because you're not going to be, and you're not supposed to be the same person at 40 that you were at 30. You're not supposed to be the same person at 45 as you were at 40. You're supposed to evolve and grow. And if you truly love me, if what is purpose for me is also seen and viewed as important by you and vice versa, then I want you to grow. I want you to evolve. I want you to be better than you were whenever we first came into a relationship. So we may be still learning things as we should be. We should be still learning things as we go, and we should be growing as we go.
So I think what you just said about this you're talking about readiness. Are we ready for this? Because you're saying if I marry too soon, you're assuming that I'm not ready. So if you're not ready, then you got to ask yourself why I'm not ready, and what is the readiness of getting married? When I say readiness, what is required? You can ask your questions on some of the things that what are required. Am I emotionally ready?
Yeah.
That's big.
That's super big.
Am I emotionally ready to be married? Am I financially ready? That's the big ones. Because all these are factors. And to be honest with you, that's not an age thing. That's just a culture.
Maturity and readiness.
And are we preparing our young people well enough to be ready for marriage? Because if they're not mature enough, then I guess you might have did marry to the color. Again, it's not based off age, it's based off maturity. Can you sit down and have that emotional talk that, hey, these are my triggers. These are things that I don't like.
But still,
these are things that we have to work through. because I'm broken.
But I was going to say, but it still has to be a level of accountability, self-awareness first, and accountability, because before I can ask anyone else to be accountable for me, or before I can ask anybody else what to see or expect out of me, I got to know what to expect out of me, right? So I got to know me. And as we can say, that's my trigger, but do you really know that's your trigger until after you've been triggered? Because a lot of times we don't spend time with ourselves enough to know what it is that triggers me.
So the question was, oh, you married to something? So I'm assuming she's saying I'm already married. So your self-awareness now has to become awareness between both of y'all.
This is true.
So now that your partner had to be willing to say, am I willing to take on the task of helping you heal or get through these emotional readiness of your, or can we really understand? Because we didn't really, to be honest with you, to be transparent, we didn't really have the conversation of the financial piece. Who's going to control the finance? What we're going to do? We didn't do that. So we're having to do that on the fly. And
we're having to learn that as well.
And if you like us, can identify with us, we're blue collar workers. It matters that we work. You know what I'm saying? We're not white collar and just sitting up and everything. Like, what's the comment? Eddie Murphy say ends meet like a like crazy.
Ends meet like a mole.
So being that we in this field, and I'm proud to be that, because I believe that the blue collar family pushes this country forward. I believe we are the most engaged. We buy the most. We stay in. We keep commerce and keep the businesses going, everything, because of what blue collar workers do. Because we are the biggest consumers. It's not the guy up above or the guy below that's big. We are the biggest consumers. So I take pride in being where I'm at now. I'm not going to say it's going to always be that way. God, I got a way of elevating everybody to a certain stage. But I'm talking about the ones that's suffering with marriage now and still thinking about giving up. And then the first thing they ask, it come to your head, and I know that's trigger the enemy, did I marry too soon? Oh, I just wasn't ready. What is this here?
But before you go there, why does it matter from blue collar as it relates to marriage? What did it have to do
Because that's a different type of lifestyle. That means everything matters. That means when you go shopping, it matters. When you go buy milk, it matters. You should know the price of milk when you have to go to the grocery store. We the ones that's walking around in that. I don't think America really gives enough scrutiny to the people that's in the middle class. When they call blue collar, they're talking about middle class people.
I got you.
They making over a certain amount, and someone could be on the higher end. And God has blessed us tremendously, but we're not struggling financially by no means. And blue collar does not mean that. It just means that I identify with the culture that's around me. Most blue collar families set culture. Because this is the one running around in the, what you like to do, what's these things that you hadn't got me to, Universal Studios.
All the theme parks and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
to see their family units, and these mostly working class people that have scheduled vacations. That's what blue collar people have to do. They have to schedule vacation. You got to learn how to balance between work, play, family, and God. God first, then back around, I believe.
Absolutely.
But so it's a balance.
Okay.
And that's where the struggle is at.
Okay, so you're saying that the financial piece. So when I listen to you say that, so I take out of that the financial readiness of it.
Yes.
Are we financially ready?
Yes.
So because we work regular jobs, we live regular lives.
Yes.
We do regular people stuff.
Regular people stuff.
So the financial of it, and if the finances of it is not, because we're already married. This is a conversation with people that were already married, right?
Married now.
So we're already married. So we've already brought what we're gonna bring into the relationship financially. So if it's not enough, or if we're not stewarding it well, then it falls to us in the emotional side of it. It affects our spirituality. It affects our everything, right? So the thing about it is that, as we say it now, and I don't want people to think that we did this the right way, there has to be a conversation about money.
Yes.
You cannot have a healthy marriage without the uncomfortable conversation about money.
Absolutely.
Because if you do not, it will lead to unhealthy practices, unhealthy patterns, and generational poverty. Period.
And men, you'll find out your wife is cheating.
What? Cheating with what? Klarna?
T-Move,
Affirm, T-Move.
Walmart.
No,
That man stay around. Every time I turn around, he got his bag in my house.
I'll just say she cheated with all those things, but Klarna After Pay Affirm make it easier. But anyway, yeah, you can see that.
I'm like, Grace, who is this man? Walmart, he's just all in my bag.
All in your stuff. Folks don't want to go to Walmart no more though. But anyway, Walmart got some fresh stuff though on the sleeve. But here, I'm just saying, you have to have healthy relationship, a healthy relationship around money, because it makes everything harder. And then you start questioning, did I do this right? Did I do that right? Did I do that right? And it's all because we did not lead with the conversation.
That's right.
Just lead with the conversation about money. Number one, don't do it like we did it and learn it as you go. Right? Don't do that. Don't. If you're already in it, find you someone, ask God to help you find someone who can help you steward your money better. And then dig into the word of God, because he got all kind of nuggets in the word of God, all kind of things that will help you with your money. But find someone that can help you with your money, because the word of God says money answers all things.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's the word now. We love to go to that one that said the love of money is the root of all evil. It says the love. Right? But then you got another scripture that says money answers all things. So that means if you don't have enough of it, or if you're not distributing it well or stewarding it well, it causes other things that are not that big to fester. Then you start asking yourself questions like, should we have gotten married now? Should we wait?
So you think about that. You talk about the maturity of all of that. You talk about the finance. You talk about the emotions. And I use it all the time about emotional maturity. Yeah, look at that word maturity. It simply means that I have the ability to steward whatever the situation that I'm in or whatever the climate that I'm in.
Properly steward.
It gives me the ability to be able to steward that it may function or prosper. Not that it goes backwards, it goes forward. Can I steward my emotions enough that whatever conversation me and you having can keep pushing forward? Or do I just throw my hands up and say, forget about it, I'm done. You can do whatever you want to do, bye.
Yeah.
So it's financial maturity is the same way. Can you, in your mind, can you steward enough to say, okay, if I do this, maybe I have to stop this. I have to do this. Maybe I can't spend here. Maybe I can't do this.
Yeah.
But in the long run, I will see it would help me in the long run.
Maybe I need to keep these braids a little longer than I.
Stop.
Maybe I need.
You've been to fight. You've been held some fight.
Maybe I need to keep these braids a little. Maybe they have to do stretch. They have to do a little bit longer.
And get some, there you go. And get some, what they call that thing? What's the magic markers? The permanent magic markers?
And do what with them?
What's the name of them?
What, the permanent magic marker?
Yeah, the one that we use all the time. The one that come out now. What's the new permanent magic marker everybody use all the time?
I don't know what you're talking about, baby.
Oh, I know you know the permanent magic markers. They black and they come different colors.
Oh, Sharpie.
Sharpie.
Do what with a Sharpie?
Feelings to them nails, you know what I'm saying? When you got
oh my God. No, I'm not. So I just started getting my nails done like the last few months. I done
red Sharpie and feel that.
But now I'm not like other people that'll get them done every 2 weeks. Now this gonna last me a month. Or a little bit longer. That ain't probably not good, but that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, I can't be. This is an expensive habit. Yeah. Nails are an expensive habit. I can promise you now. But no, I get what you're saying. What you're saying is just stretch it. You're not saying you don't do any of it. You're just saying be wise with it and stretch it. But we got financial readiness. We're talking about emotional readiness. What about sexual readiness? So I was having this conversation with this lady. A lot of us were. We was on a women's panel. And this lady was talking about she married this man, and it was this right here part is rated PG now. It's PG for kids.
No, don't do rated PG, rated R.
Okay, restricted.
For adults.
Okay, restricted. Anyway, I rated M for married. But anyway,
sure.
So we were talking about she got married, right? And when she got married, she married this dude, and when they had sex the first time, she was like, they waited to have sex, and she said it was trash. She said it was trash.
That's what a man don't want to hear.
His body parts were not what she anticipated them to be. This is a true story on a Christian panel. I promise. Smalls being a key word. On a Christian panel, I promise you this is the truth, right? And so she said that she was so disappointed. It was just horrific. And we laughed about it and stuff. But then I went home and I thought about that thing. Are we comparing? Was it fair to do that? Because they eventually separated, divorced, and I'm not judging either one. I'm just saying this is a real conversation. If we are not mature enough, won't we find ourselves basing what he can do on what the other man did for me.
And that's
the other man that I am no longer with. Won't we project or bring things from one relationship, which takes me to why God wanted us to be virgins when we got married, why he saved sex for the compound of marriage. Because if I save this for you, then I don't have nothing to compare it to.
Yeah, I have nothing to measure by.
There's nothing to measure by, right?
Yeah.
All I'm comparing you to is you.
Yes.
But because most of us have been either married before, in other relationships, we've had sex. We're not virgins when we get married. Right. We have to be mature enough to be able to have the conversations to say, okay, baby, this doesn't work for me. I'm being really serious. This doesn't work for me. I don't like this. I don't like this. Or can we try this? But then you still have to unlearn what Joe Blow taught you behind you, because if Blow Joe was all that, you'd still be with Blow Joe.
I don't know if you have to unlearn it as much as we use that word.
You can't live by it. Now, because if you live by it.
Listen. So I don't know if you can unlearn it as much as what we've been talking about, the maturity part of it. Remember what maturity is: taking whatever situation you're in and making the best, cultivating it, and making it actually a positive thing.
Okay.
And the idea we've been throwing the word readiness around. The readiness is I'm going to be prepared for whatever comes, because you have to be ready for it. This is why they have a readiness plan when it comes down to weather, storms. You already have prepared for it. I know it's hard to prepare for the idea of sex, and you're going to bed and you're going to have sex with this person, especially if you don't test drive before you buy. You know,
which we don't want you to.
You know. So, hold on.
We do not want you to do that.
Don't want you to do what now? Because you missed me.
Test drive before you buy.
Okay, all right. I thought you were telling them you don't want them not to test drive before they buy.
Oh, no, I don't want them to do.
Okay, I got you. So are you prepared for that readiness? Are you ready for that in case it does so you occur?
Like buy as is.
Because you had such amazing experience with the past. The maturity part in that is you can always find good sex in whatever member that looks like. You just have to have a talk with them.
Absolutely. Which is what I just said.
Because, I won't say that. But it's a thing that some men get into, that we get in this cookie cutter thing that about sex, and we think if we just have sex one way and we do it this way, we blow the mind of one lady with this.
It's gonna blow the mind
of. It's gonna blow the mind of that lady, and it's gonna blow the mind of that lady, and we'll run through it because we think, hey, we got the blueprint or we got the formula to great sex, and then you always gonna run up on one of them saying, "Didn't do it." How do you deal with that? That's maturity and that's readiness. And if you don't have a conversation, which leads to the last one, conflict resolution. Okay. Are you ready for conflict resolution? Can you resolve conflict? Because it's going to happen in marriage. But because you have it, don't mean you married the wrong one.
Yeah.
Or you married too soon.
Yeah.
These are just things you have to learn. Okay, we have to work on. This is what this whole podcast was about. Us blending, us getting married, us learning each other, growing together. Because we don't have a lot of experience in life.
Yeah.
So we're bringing a whole lot of different things to the table. And
conflict resolution is a part of our daily life.
It don't mean I married the wrong one or I married too soon. It just married, okay, again, you said assessment myself. Did I marry the wrong one, or did I marry without me being the right one at the time? Did I marry?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
Did I not wait enough so I can be the right one, or did I marry the wrong one?
And did I go into it with this preconceived notion that I'm all that? Because people will go into stuff with a preconceived notion that they legit all that. I have heard so many women. I'm finna bust some bubbles right here. Y'all hear me what I'm finna say? I have heard so many women. I love my sisters. My husband always say, here you go with that women's lib thing. Yeah, and it's not that. I love women, right? I love us. I know our struggles. I know our hiccups. I know our strengths. I know our weaknesses. And I'm not saying that it's the same with all women. I'm just saying collectively, right? We come with different things that men don't know about. But what I am saying is I have heard we are in a culture. You use that word culture. We are in a culture that TV has messed us up. It is not true. It is not, and I'm saying truth, TH on it, right?
Wow.
What you are viewing is not truth, right?
Wow.
You do not have the right to demand anything of a man that you do not bring.
That's right.
You do not have the right to demand anything of a relationship that you cannot add to. You cannot say he better be fine, this and that, and you way overweight. You can't walk 30 minutes without giving out a breath. You're 5 sizes heavier or larger than you were 2 or 3 years ago.
Yes.
And I'm not body shaming anybody. I just hear women say it. Oh, he got to look like this. He's got to be that. He's got to be that. And a lot of these things are physicalities, right? That we don't equate to and we don't try to equate to. And then the other thing is he got to make this kind of money. He's got to make that. But you can't budget a checkbook from Sunday to Thursday.
Yeah.
Right? You can't make lunch money. You can't make your lunch money last till lunch.
Yes.
You done spent your lunch money on breakfast. But you think he got to come with this much money and got to have that much in the bank, right? And then you're like dogging out your baby daddy, and I'm saying baby daddy because we're talking to some people who have already come to the table. Most people, especially our age, or even 10, 15 years younger than us, already have children, right?
Yes.
But you're dogging out the father of your children. But you want this man to be something different with your children. When that means if he already has children, then he is a baby father.
Yes.
So you can't put stipulations on. We got all these different things that we put this weight onto men and we want men to do. And we are demanding this of men when we are not bringing that to the table. That is not fair. It is not right. Right? It is so double-minded, so conflicting, and just wrong all over the place.
Yeah, so it goes back to what you were saying earlier about did I marry the wrong or did I marry too soon? And I said, no, we didn't marry soon enough. Because here's the truth of the matter. Men knows when they want to marry. When they see you, they automatically know that's my wife.
Yeah.
And if you leave it to a man, honestly now, I'm telling not the Joe Blows now, because you got some cats that'll just rent. And they just know what you like to rent. They know what you like to stay in. So they'll put all the furniture in there that makes it look good for the
staging
rental.
it.
But most of them, those rental properties has furniture already in them. That furniture is no good. It eventually break down. So we know what you like to rent. And so we'll rent. We'll make a good show of it. But a man that really wants to marry you, he'll marry you the first day he met you.
What you saying? Love at first sight, or he no purpose at first sight?
I know, because it's more than just the love thing.
It's more than love.
He sees purpose, and the reason why is that because it was put in us from the beginning.
Yeah.
Adam didn't even know it until God mentioned it to him that he needed a wife. But when he seen her, he was blown away.
But what if that man ain't in the right position? So you're saying that a man just knows, right? Because of what God inherently put inside of him. But we know we're living in a culture of men that don't know who they are. So if the man doesn't know who he is it correct to say, or not correct? Is it fair to say he'll just know who she is if he doesn't know who he is?
But you're assuming that she is the one.
What if he's not assuming that she is?
Here's the thing. When you meet the right one, and it's not scientific, there's no formula. Quit trying to find a formula. Quit trying to think like a man and act like a woman. All that stuff there.
Blow it out.
That blow it out the way. There's a God-given inherited thing that you meet a woman, you know that woman makes you better.
Okay.
He might not be where he's at.
Okay.
But he knows what he sees that actually will get him there. And that's why the relationship, the communication thing is such a good positive. You got to communicate. You got to date in how they put it in, but you don't have to cross the line, of course. But you have to date. You have to get the conversation started.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, when a man sees a woman, he knows it. He calls his wife. Now, there's some jokers out there that plays that field. But if they don't make the adjustments, to be in position, that their mouth, you know what I'm saying, their actions got to fit.
Yeah.
And their character got to fit.
Yeah.
Whatever they say they want. A man will marry you out the rip. You don't have to take it don't take all day to marry. I knew right off the rip. I knew we had some circumstances, but I told you no, we didn't marry too soon. We didn't marry soon enough. And what I'm thinking about is, what if you did not come from the past you came from? What if I did not come from the past I come from? We could have maybe met each other sooner. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm just saying, to say that, did we marry too soon? That's not a fair question.
Yeah.
It's loaded with making excuses why you don't want to work on the one you with.
Man, my God, loaded with excuses. And we know that we live in a time now that people rather make an excuse than do the hard work.
Absolutely.
And if you rather make an excuse to do the hard work, then I might not be right for you.
Yes.
But sadly, then who is? Nobody is right for you. If I would rather make excuses than to put in the hard work, then no, I'm not right for you, but I'm also not right for anybody else.
That's right.
Because I'm just gonna be a weight to whatever man would come along if I'm not willing to do the hard work, because marriage is hard. Yeah. It is so much work, especially second marriages. That's why they fail so often, because they should succeed more, right? But one reason that they don't is because we don't want to learn, as you said, we don't want to take in account what went wrong in the first marriage.
Yes.
We don't want to analyze it, right? We don't want to analyze that. We don't want to take it in. We don't want to own it. We don't want to own where we could have gone wrong, or we could have done things better. We don't want to own it, so that what we do is we end up repeating it. Or we say, "This you done did this before, and this ain't gonna happen in my next marriage. You ain't doing this to me," because that's the way we'll do it. We'll become defensive,
and that's emotionally immature.
Yeah, and instead of allowing it to develop us, we'll get defensive with it, and we'll own the trauma instead of just saying, "No, I'm gonna release that. I'm gonna learn from that. I'm gonna do better because I really want to be better, or you really want to be better." So, instead of saying, "Did we get married too soon?" let's say, "Are we willing to work on the things that we struggle with? Are we willing to work on the issues that we have going on now, even if it's tough conversation? And if we can't get to a resolve, let's just say, God, help us to connect with the people that can help walk us through this thing, because everybody got to have a support system."
And here it is. And it is a resolve.
Yeah.
It is a resolve. Once you honestly, now I'm talking about the honest ones that wants to get married, want the outcome of marriage, want the outcome of family. I'm not talking about somebody not just trying to play
house.
And here it is. Women, you cannot idolize and sensationalize marriage and relationships so much that it clouds your judgment.
Yeah.
You have a sense of discernment. You know if that dude is real or not real. Come on now. There's many ways of figuring out whether the man is right or the right one or not. But if you're so clouded worried about the marriage, instead of the mission, then of course you're gonna have this issue, because you should not spend more time planning a wedding much as you do planning a marriage.
But people do it every day. They plan the wedding, and then it's, what do we do now?
Now, what do we do now? We budget for the wedding.
Yeah.
We put how much it's gonna cost. We do all of that.
Yeah.
But then when you get to marriage, you have no budget plan.
Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, you said something just now. You said the mission, focus on the marriage other than the mission. Because one thing, so you, as women, and I know men will do this too, but I know as women, we could be on one end of the paradigm or the other end. It's very, I ain't gonna say seldom, but where we should land is right there in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So the paradigm other than, he gonna do this and he gonna do that, and I want these unrealistic, I'm not gonna say unrealistic expectations, because they're not always unrealistic, but they are things that you're not willing to do. Okay?
Yes.
And to all these men, we do know it is biblical. When the word of God said there will be 7 women to 1 man. I remember when the preacher said that when my boys was little, they was like, "Oh, we can't wait for that day." And all they want is your name. You ain't got to do anything with us. Just let us take your name, right? Because they want the connection. The women want the connection. So for those women, I say, don't want a project so bad. Don't idolize marriage so bad till you compromise yourself. Don't want that thing. So many people have idolized marriage. They've idolized a relationship. They've idolized these things to the point they have compromised themselves. They just boo the fool running around here. You just running over all kind of exit signs, running through all kind of caution marks, running through the red tape, bumping over the speed bump wide open in gear, right? Because you meant you was gonna get married, or you meant this man was gonna be your man. If you gotta go through all of that before you get to the I do, he probably ain't yours, sis. If you gotta go through all of those things to show that he is right for you, back off, ask God to help release that thing from you, because you have gotten yourself into a stronghold type of situation.
Yes.
You have gotten yourself into the wrong type of covenant agreement. And a lot of times we can make covenants with our mouth, which is the reason why, and covenants with our bodies, which is the reason why you have to save sex. I'm not trying to sound old fashioned. I promise you. You have to save sex for your marriage. Why do I say that? Because it can be so good till you'll say yes to stuff in that moment that God did not want you to agree with your mouth. Yes. You can say yes to things that are not for you to say yes to because you got caught up in the moment. This ain't just for men, women. This for men too. Yeah. But you get caught up in a moment. And because you get caught up in that moment, you will agree with whatever that orgasm is leading you to say. Yes. And I know that sounds out there, but that is the truth. And there are reasons why God put these ordinances in the word of God, because we will agree with things that ain't right. So I'm telling you, don't run through speed bumps. Don't go through caution tape. Don't knock down those little red cones. Don't run through all that stuff. If you got to work that hard to get there, then it's probably not God. Yes, so just ask God, and don't idolize marriage. Don't idolize anything. But don't allow TikTok to tell you no lie and idolize marriage. Don't, because now people done went famous on TikTok with just showing the reels in their family. Now there's some things we're going to show you. Some things we just ain't. We're just not going to show you. That's right. Because it's our private place and our private time. And we're not going to be performing for no camera. I don't do porn. That ain't my thing. I'm not going to be performing. And I know this is gruff to the point, but this is the generation that we are in. I'm not going to be performing for the camera. Yes. So everything you can't see and everything that goes on in your home, you shouldn't allow other people to see. There's an African proverb that says, only the people in the house know where the roof is leaking. I'm telling you, everybody can't know where your roof is leaking. Yes. Ask God, what can I do to be a better wife? What can you do to be a better husband? How can I serve him better? How can I show up better? Ask God how to do it. And when he shows you, and when you get that thing down to a science, don't be stingy with the information. Yes. Share it with somebody else, because we need healthy, strong marriages.
So with that said, I enjoy this. We got to come back and talk about this again. There has to be a part 2 on this, because it's really so much information that we can do. But here's what I want you to take away with it today as we sit here in the studio. You didn't marry too soon.
You did not.
You didn't marry too soon. We might have learned too late, but we didn't marry too soon. So it's always a learning curve in everything we're doing. So continue to learn, continue to reach out to us. You know how to connect with us, connect with us. Please. There's the ways that you can get connected with us. We're covered by Conaway 23 at gmail.com.
Yep. Hey. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Yes, we're there. All the time we're there. So just reach out to us, and we'll reach back out to you. Promise. Listen, we want you to win.
We want you to.
This is about blending. This is about coming together. This is about doing the things that God has purposed us to do in our life. Thank God.
So much more. So much more.
We love you.
Stay tuned with us. And until we meet you again, don't let anybody talk you out of the grace that God has given you. So stay close, stay connected, stay covered.
Stay covered.
Be blessed.
Love you.
Yes. We got some exciting news for you.
I consider it an honor just to hold your hand.